Good evening and welcome to the news at 10. His Majesty the King discussed with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas efforts to push the peace process forward within the continued coordination between the two sides. During the telephone conversation, the King and Abbas also reviewed efforts to relaunch peace talks between the Palestinians and Israelis based on the two-state solution. During his official visit to the Czech Republic, Prime Minister Hani Molki discussed with Senate Chairman Milan Stich the strong ties between the two countries. Molki discussed the challenges facing the region, stressing that we should all work on fighting terrorism. He also said that the solution in Syria is a political, not a military one, and the ceasefire in the southern part of the country is being monitored. The Prime Minister said that the Palestinian issue is a core issue, stressing the need to put the peace process back on the right track. Molki also called on Tatra Company, one of the world's leading companies in the manufacture of trucks and heavy civilian and military vehicles. The company, one of the oldest car manufacturers in the world, supplies King Abdullah II Design and Development Bureau (CAB) with industrial parts and materials for the manufacture of heavy vehicles. Molki toured the company and was briefed on its manufactured products and the stages they pass through. The Prime Minister commended the advanced level the company has reached, stressing the importance of a continued collaboration between CAB and the company. The government strongly condemned the killing of 9 Libyan soldiers and 2 civilians by Daesh terrorists at a checkpoint in the central Jaffa region. Acting State Minister for Media Affairs and State Minister for Legal Affairs, Bishir Khassaune, said this heinous terrorist act is aimed at spreading more terror and chaos in Libya. He called for an end to the violence in Libya and fighting terrorist organizations everywhere. Khassaune also reviewed Jordan's call for a political solution to the Libyan crisis to bring about security and stability to the country and eradicate terrorism. A spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign and Expatriate Affairs said the Amman-based Center for Monitoring Violations in southern Syria commenced its work today with the participation of Jordanian, Russian and US representatives. The 3 countries agreed last month to establish the center to monitor the continuity of the ceasefire in southern Syria, leading to the establishment of a de-escalation zone there. In Yemen, at least 35 Houthis were killed in Saudi-led coalition airstrikes in the Arhab area, about 20 kilometers from Sana'a. According to medical sources, the strikes also targeted Houthi checkpoints in the northern and western parts of Sana'a. It also targeted military sites and barracks, including weapons depot, throughout the city and its suburbs. An all-female unit of Kurdish fighters called Sinjar Women's Units have been fighting bravely to rescue thousands of trapped fellow Yazidi people in the Syrian city of Raqqa. Their forces, which have been in Raqqa since June, were established for the sole purpose of saving Yazidi women who have been trafficked to places far away in Syria. Although over 50% of the Raqqa has been recaptured by the government army, there are still hundreds of Yazidi women and children who are still missing and waiting for liberation. The Yazidis primarily live in the Nineveh province of northern Iraq. U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Nikki Haley said the U.S. wants to know if the UN atomic watchdog plans to inspect Iranian military sites to verify Tehran's compliance with a 2015 nuclear deal. Haley met International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA) officials in Vienna today in what she described as a fact-finding mission to review the deal Iran made with world powers to curb its nuclear program in return for the lifting of more sanctions. She said she was traveling to Vienna to ask questions, not to push the IAEA to do anything. Back here at home, Jordan Radio and Television Corporation, JRTV, held a workshop on digital audio broadcasting DAB for FM channels. The workshop was called upon the Arab States Broadcasting Union and Jordan Telecommunications Regulatory Commission in an effort to meet the increasing demand for FM frequencies. JRTV is implementing this new technology to offer the latest in this field to the Arab world. In sports, 3 amateur swimmers completed the 70-kilometer Lake Vienna or Lake Geneva crossing in 32 hours and 7 minutes on Tuesday. 2 of the swimmers are in their late 40s and one in his early 60s. The British-based trio, who took it in turns to swim legs of between 2 to 3 hours, began their journey at Chateau-d'Eau-Chillon, a medieval fortress at the eastern end of the lake, and finished in Geneva itself. Local regulations required that for the swim to go ahead, it needed 2 coast guards on standby, a fully equipped escort boat, 2 pilots and 2 official observers, including a fully trained lifeguard. And finally, it will be fair tonight and relatively hot tomorrow, as temperatures are expected to rise to a high of 32 degrees in Amman. The Gulf of Aqaba should expect a warm night and hot day tomorrow with a high of 38 degrees, northerly moderate winds and calm seas. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news. I'm Leo Balkar. Thank you for watching.